lovely students. This is Miss Razan. Today we are going to continue diet and exercise number 2 and 3. So please open your book page 122 and write beside the title diet and exercise number 2. So please open your book page 122 and write beside the title number 2. In this lesson, we have to understand that if we don't eat the right food, we can become ill. So, if we don't eat a balanced diet or the right food, we can become ill. So, before we have to remember the main food groups that we studied before. We said that we have main food groups, which are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Those are the main food groups that we studied before. Again, carbohydrates. Please repeat. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So please memorize them and don't forget them. Okay, now let's understand what will happen to our bodies if we don't eat the right foods. You know that humans have to eat a balanced diet to stay healthy, but if they don't, they become ill. Now, we are going to study 2 illnesses, which are rickets and scurvy. Rickets and scurvy. So focus on this first illness, which is rickets. So look at this picture. This boy has rickets. So when children don't have enough calcium, vitamin D, and sunlight, their leg bones don't grow properly. So the bones cannot carry the child's weight. So again, when children don't have enough calcium, vitamin D, and sunlight, main 3 things here for rickets: calcium, vitamin D, and sunlight, their leg bones don't grow properly, so the bones cannot carry the child's weight. So, look, here we have a child, and also here we have a child leg. So, if the child or the children don't have enough calcium, vitamin D, and sunlight, so their leg bones don't grow properly, so the bones cannot carry the child's weight. So, rickets means that the bones cannot carry the child's weight. So, here we have a real-life example of rickets. Okay. Now, the question is, can rickets be cured? So, can we cure the rickets? Actually, the answer is yes. How we cure it? Actually, you have to give children dairy foods and fish, like milk, cheese, yogurt, and also fish. And you have to make sure that they get some sunlight. So as we say, that rickets, because of lacking calcium, vitamin D, and sunlight. So we have to give them calcium and vitamin D from dairy products like milk, cheese, and other dairy products or dairy foods. And also you have to give the child fish, and you have to make sure that they get some sunlight. So again, to cure the rickets, you have to give the children dairy food and fish and some sunlight. Okay. So in your book, page 122, we have rickets. We said that rickets is an illness. This illness when children don't have enough calcium, vitamin D, sunlight. And how we cure it? By giving children dairy foods and fish and also sunlight. This is the first illness, which is rickets. Rickets means the leg bones don't grow properly, so the bones cannot carry the child's weight. Okay, so here, when the leg bones don't grow properly, so the bones cannot carry the child's weight. Okay, now the second illness is scurvy. The second illness is scurvy. You know that sailors who stay at sea for many months may die of a disease called scurvy. Actually, scurvy is a disease resulting from a lack of vitamin C. So, the lacking of vitamin C that will cause scurvy. Early symptoms of disease include weakness, feeling tired, then without a treatment that will cause gum disease. So if you look, here we have gum disease and also bleeding from the skin may occur. So again, sailors who stay at sea for many months may die of a disease called scurvy. And actually, scurvy is a disease resulting from a lack of vitamin C. Okay, now the question is, where do we find vitamin C? We said that lacking vitamin C that will cause scurvy. So, we have to eat more vitamin C to prevent scurvy. Okay, so where do we find vitamin C? Actually, we find it in fruits and vegetables. In banana, tomato, pepper, also in broccoli, kiwi, orange. So we find vitamin C in fruits and vegetables. So those are the source of vitamin C also, strawberry, orange, grapefruit. We have many examples. So in your book, page 123, we have a scurvy. So if the sailors don't have a good diet, so may die of a disease called scurvy. Scurvy happened because of lacking vitamin C. So if you eat vitamin C, that will stop the sailors from becoming ill. So where do we find vitamin C? As we say, vitamin C is found in vegetables and fruits. Okay. Now, in your book also, we have a question. Here we have a woman is worried her child might get rickets. So she's worried because her child might get rickets. Write a shopping list of foods she should buy to avoid this. Look at the information on the page 120 and 121 to help you. You know that if the child has rickets, so he has to eat calcium, vitamin D, and he has to get some sunlight. Okay, so where do we find calcium, vitamin D? We can find them in dairy products like milk, yogurt, cheese, and also in fish. So she has to buy milk, cheese, fish, yogurt. Those are the things that have calcium and vitamin D. Okay, what about the second question? A ship's cook is going shopping to get food for the crew. Write the foods he should buy to make sure that the sailors don't get scurvy. So here we have to buy food to avoid scurvy and to protect the sailors from scurvy. So as we said, we have to buy food contains vitamin C. And we said we find vitamin C in fruits and vegetables. So this ship's cook should buy fruits and vegetables to protect the sailors from scurvy. So please write the answer in your book. Here, fruits and vegetables for scurvy. So please underline also scurvy. And in the previous question here, underline rickets. So we avoid rickets by buying food contains dairy product contains calcium and vitamin D, like dairy products and fish. And for scurvy, we have to buy fruits and vegetables. Okay. Now let's start with diet and exercise number 3. So please open your book, page 124, and write beside the title diet and exercise number 3. Okay. In this lesson, you have to know that animals, humans, and also plants need water to stay alive, not only food. So plants, animals, and humans, all of them need water to stay alive, not only food. So, if you look at this picture, can you tell me what can you see? Yes, here we have a die plant, or we have non-healthy plant. So, what does this plant need to be healthy? Excellent. This plant needs water to be healthy. So plants also need water to stay healthy. Now, you know that most living things are made up of millions and millions of tiny cells. So living things, they are made up of tiny cells. Each cell filled with watery liquid. So each cell is filled with a watery liquid. So without this watery liquid, the cells dry up, and also the life processes cannot take place. So without this watery liquid which is inside the cells dry up and the life processes cannot take place. So you have to know that most of living things are made up of millions of tiny cells, and each cell is filled with a watery liquid. Without this water, the cells dry up, and also the life processes cannot take place. So, like this plant needs water to make its life processes. Okay? So, we need water because water is very important to stay alive. So, in your book, here they wrote that most living things, they are made of tiny cells, and the tiny cells, they are filled with watery liquid. This watery liquid is very important because without it, the cells dry up, and also the life processes cannot take place in the living things. And also, you have to know that humans need to drink water to replace the water we lose when we sweat, breathe, and go to the toilet. So So we need to drink water to replace the water that we lose when we sweat, breathe, and go to toilet. So it's important to drink water. So water is important for plants, animals, and humans. Okay. Thank you for listening and good luck.